Welcome to the Wakefield Doctrine, the theory of clocks, Scots, and Rogers. This is Video Friday, episode 10 in our continuing series of Video Fridays, wherein we take a moment out of the week and just tell you about what's been going on around the doctrine here, and pointers and tips and things like that, all relating to the Wakefield Doctrine and its wonderful view on human personality. I was thinking on the way down here, getting ready to do this thing here, is that if I don't miscount, we might have more people actively involved in the doctrine that are new in the last year than have preceded them. The old people we refer to as progenitors, downsprings, and sort of a carryover friends of the doctrines, FOTD. By the way, we welcome any other more attractive acronym than FOTD, but nevertheless, the original group of active people are pretty much, DS, AKH, the progenitor Roger, myself, and maybe 3 or 4 or 5 people. The new generation, as we refer to them, pretty much starts with Molly and Claire Peak and Nell Rose, and now the newer class is our large friend Steve in Texas, and AP out of the central part of the country. And so to me it's very significant, because all along, if you've been following the doctrine, and certainly more people read this thing than actually comment on it, God hope, is that for all along we've been talking in terms of making this more and more accessible to people. And that, of course, lays the burden on the writing of these posts, which, as regular readers know, is meant as much for fun as it is for education. Having said that, the whole exciting thing about Molly and Claire and Nell and AP and Steve is that they don't know us, meaning the old people. They don't know the doctrine from way back when. They're the view. They give us a perspective that we totally need to see in order to make it even more accessible. In other words, the kind of questions we get from AP, while very annoying at times, reflect how the person who comes to the doctrine the first time sees it. What sections we have that are just plain unintelligible are reflected in, hey, what the heck do you mean by that? The other parts that come through strong, it's all telling us everything, a lot of things. Same with Steve. Steve caught on pretty quickly, and being a shy man and reserved and a few words, he still managed to give us back a certain kind of feedback onto what it is we're projecting out there. And of course, Molly is Molly from the Big Square State, and she gives us that view on things. So that's sort of the main news around here, is that the doctrine itself is go ahead, try it. The doctrine itself is mutating and developing and changing as we go along. In fact, I was talking to Lisa, who is a collaborator on the book project for the Wakefield Doctrine, and she's a professional in the field of human services kind of stuff, and she related a story of being in a session with a person, and done this for a long time, has the techniques that are professionally approved, but saw the person recognize the clock and was able to throw out something about what she knew the person probably experienced, and saw the response. And in other words, said something to the effect of, you probably spent a lot of your high school years feeling like a total outsider. And then, the funny thing about the doctrines, when you try it out on people, is the reaction that you get non-verbally is more satisfying and fun than what will follow, which is like, who the hell are you talking to? What? That kind of stuff. But you watch the eyes, the pupils widen a bit, the face changes slightly as you hit something that they simply respond to. They know that you know something about them, and not in a bad thing, not in a bad sense, but in the good identifiable sense. So that's what's happening around here. So all of you other people out there, the other news I wanted to mention in the news section here is we're thinking of adding to our schedule of what we call the Saturday night drive. That's Saturday nights 8 to 8:45 when people can call in and talk. Thinking if we have enough interest in getting that conference line live at another time in the week, cough, another time in the week, it might be fun, more from a discussion of ideas, forum, that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's make this part one. We'll keep it short. Part one, and after this short commercial break, we'll come back with part two. Click.